And when you hear the Sibriv groove, you know it must be Friday night. I'm
Woo
Dana,
woo.
whose passion burns like a comet in the night. And I'm joined by my steady and true brother, David.
Who looms like a shadow in the night. No presence whatsoever. How the hell?
And my little sister, Michelle.
Hey. I have a
Speaking-
laughter that's something in the sparkles or something. I don't know.
Speaking of comets, what do y'all think about this whole 3-eye Atlas thing? You think it's aliens coming to? I mean, if it is, I wish they would just like smash into the Earth and end this darkest timeline already.
It is weird that it changed directory like a few days ago.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
They had a planned directory for where it was going to go around the sun, and then it just like changed its trajectory, which doesn't usually happen. And also, what they thought was the tail of the comet is like on the opposite side of where it would be on a comet.
I did hear something about this on the radio this morning. Yes, they're saying it's aliens because they said it was something to do with the force or something, which really means like they don't really know why it did what it did or something. Am I talking about the right thing?
Yeah, it accelerated. They accelerated, but they think the acceleration was not due to gravity.
It goes.
So it's non-gravitational acceleration.
Yes.
It's entered. So this is like the third large interstellar object they've tracked into our solar system, and it's the previous two entered like on the same plane as the planets, and this one entered at like a different angle. And so it's taking a different course. It's like triple the speed of the previous two.
Aliens.
So
That's what some people think.
Interesting.
I know.
It's
I
interesting.
know.
Well, we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah.
How was your week?
So busy.
Really?
I worked so many hours this week. It was crazy. I'm glad it's Friday. Glad it's the weekend. I'm going to a craft fair. We're going to Comics Come Home tomorrow night at the Garden, that's kind of become a little tradition for us. So I'm excited for that.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you guys?
David?
It was a week. Actually, it wasn't a bad week. It was just kind of a week.
Cool. How about you, Dana?
Yeah, it's been a week. Been interesting. Been a tough week. Things are kind of crazy right now, but yeah, just hanging out, watching Love Is Blind with Caitlin and Mason, and
I know.
we're halfway
Mason's
through
watching
season
it
6.
too.
He's watched about half of them with us.
Oh, I love it.
He's in and out of it, but
Caitlin
obviously-
texted me the other day with some thoughts on the season you guys just watched. So
Yeah, we're halfway through season 6 now. So,
Yes.
David, you watching it yet?
No, I have not. I haven't had the time. It's been a busy week for me too.
When we're all done, me and Caitlin are going to make a video where we rank the married couples.
okay.
We're not going to bother with the couples that didn't get married at the altar. We're just going to rank the married couples.
You're not gonna do like worst couples ever.
Well, that could be like a different video. We could milk this, and
Oh
Love
my
Is Blind is
God.
pretty popular. So
Oh, it's so good.
yeah.
It's so good.
So,
I mean, it's so bad. It's so
in case
good.
you're not watching on YouTube and you just happen to be listening on Spotify and not watching the video, I just want you to know that a lot of people tell me I look like Brad Pitt. So
I know exactly what season you're on. Oh, David has no idea what we're talking
yeah,
about.
one of
guess
the, one of the
I'm not
girls
watching it,
because
I
they
can't
can't see each
hear it,
other. So
so-
one of the girls told the guy she looks like people tell her all the time she looks like Megan Fox. I said to Caitlin said I was so mean. I said she looks like she ate Megan Fox.
Oh my god, Dana. Oh my god. It's just not what you say to someone when they say, "What do you look like?" And you go, "I look like Megan." Like people tell me I look like Megan Fox. I mean, of course this guy is gonna choose her. Everything she says from here on out is not going to matter to him because all he is going to see is Megan Fox.
And he was torn between two girls, and the
The
other
other
girl
one, yes.
was actually like she looked like a model, basically.
Yeah, she was very pretty. Oh, did you get to the EpiPen?
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Oh, so good.
All right. So,
I could talk about Love Is Blind all day.
all right.
So
Well, let's
move
talk
on.
about what we're really here for tonight. we're going to dig deep into something that's been in the news lately. A lot of the news has been a buzz about this gambling scandal that's been going on, specifically with some NBA and former NBA players. And in addition to that, the FBI basically arrested a bunch of people related to a poker game with a lot of overlap, too, with some of the people involved in that illegal poker game. So I thought we could talk about that today. I have a lot of thoughts. Specifically, I think that I personally believe that the legalized sports betting has ruined sports for me. I don't know how you two feel about it. I'm sure we can talk about that as we go. But what I think I do want to point out is after we go through this, if you're interested in digging really deep into this specific case of the poker games and the sports betting and really the minutiae about it, I would recommend. Let me share my screen here. You check out Pablo Torre's podcast. It's on YouTube. It's on Spotify. Pablo Torre finds out. Can we share this? That's not it. Where do we go? Because I didn't pull the video down. Okay. So this is his YouTube channel. He's an independent journalist. Used to work for ESPN. Now he's like out on his own. He's covered everything from the Bill Belichick. He's done a really deep dive on Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson. So if you're intrigued by their relationship, he has a bunch of episodes about them. He's done the NBA gambling scandal. He's done a lot of different things. So his reporting is a great source for this if you want to dig really deep. His show's really good. He covers a lot of things, so he's good. So that's that. But this all started for the NBA with Jonte Porter back in 2024. So Jonte Porter played for the Raptors at the time. And so this was the first one that really became a mainstream gambling scandal. This didn't necessarily involve the Department of Justice at the time. The NBA actually ran their own investigation after they were tipped off by sportsbooks, which is going to be a running theme here, where the NBA and the FBI find out about these cases through the online sports books, which I also have some thoughts about. But they were made known that there was some irregularities in some of the bets on Jonte Porter's specific performance. So the NBA investigated, but basically what they found was that he was using a friend's phone to secretly place bets on not just the outcome of the game, but his stats specifically.
Oh, I think I remember this.
He also, you remember this name, he incurred, in that time frame, he incurred a massive gambling debt. No number has been released, but according to the person he owed, it was enough to ruin his career, which his career was ruined anyways. But he amassed a massive gambling debt to Amar Awade, who is going to be a name you hear a lot in today's episode, I think.
Okay.
And so in April 17th, 2024, the NBA ruled that he was indeed illegally betting on statistics and stuff like that in games, and they banned him for life from the NBA. So that was what really started Jonte Porter. So right around that time is when the NBA was tipped off to another player that may have been messing around with their stats. None other than Mr. Terry Rozier. And so the NBA opened their own investigation into Terry Rozier in January of this year. They were alerted once again by online sports books that there was some irregular betting on his specific stats, and they pointed to one game in particular in April of 2023 that there was a really massive wager on his under performance of points or whatever. And so the NBA investigated, quote unquote, and they ultimately ruled in April of this year that they could find no wrongdoing. So they just allowed him to play. He got traded to the Miami Heat. He was playing all along. Meanwhile, there was someone else doing their own investigation into all this, and that was none other than Pablo Torre was doing his own investigation into all this. And because he was still digging way deeper than apparently even the NBA did, that's when the FBI got involved. And Pablo's made some allusions to the FBI had been in contact with him about some of the stuff he found out too. So a lot of what the FBI had came from his reporting. So simultaneously, while Pablo was running the investigation, he found an internet account that ultimately ended up being the cousin of Amar Awade, who we mentioned in the Jonte Porter case, who had shared a cryptic message about Malik Beasley, who was another player, and pointed to some games that he may have been manipulating some of his stats. And we'll talk about how these players may have been doing this. But Pablo dug really deep into that. He found a lot of the characters that are in the FBI case against the bigger group of conspirators we'll talk about were involved in this Malik Beasley case as well. So let's see. Which brings us to when the FBI ruled in October. So they released two different statements on two different cases, but there was a lot of overlap. So the first case they ruled on was the NBA gambling case. I have so many screens here open. Let's see. I think it's this one. Current and former National Basketball Association players and 4 other individuals charged in widespread sports betting and money laundering conspiracy. And we'll just say all this is allegedly,
Of course.
some of the conspirators in this one. So this is the Terry Rozier case specifically, right? So we have Terry Rozier's name, De Niro Laster, Damon Jones, Shane Hennon, Marv Fairley, and Eric Ernst. And then simultaneously they ran the underground poker investigation, which I can share that screen. Sorry, guys. Bear with me here.
Oh, that was so Boston. Bear with me here.
Bear with me here. This one involved 31 defendants, including members of organized crime families, National Basketball Association, including Coach Chauncey Billups, coach of the Portland Trail Blazers. This is about the illegal games that were run, poker games. Ernest Aleo, Nelson Alvarez, Luis Apicella, Amar Awade, also known as Flapper Poker or Flappy, from Brooklyn, New York. So there's 31 names here. A bunch of these people are tied to the gambling and organized crime. So I guess we could talk about sports betting as a whole and how it's affected some of these things. Because basically what was happening was, so in the case of Terry Rozier, his game that the sports books contacted the NBA about was April, let's see, I wrote it down somewhere. Sometime in April 23 was a game against the Charlotte Hornets. And basically what the FBI found was that Rozier had been communicating with people and telling them that he was going to have an ankle injury in that game and take himself out early. So there was heavy betting on his stats for the under, meaning, so if you don't know sports betting, you know, an over-under is like for points, it's like you're betting either they're going to go over a certain amount of points or you might bet that they're going to go under. So if he says he's going to have an injury, then people can, if people somehow have that inside information, they can bet that he won't get that amount of points that the sports book estimates. So they can bet the under and then have a massive payday. So the sports books noticed there was a tremendous amount of betting on this specific player that, you know, at this point he's kind of irrelevant. All of a sudden everyone's putting all this money on this rather irrelevant player. It's a little bit, throws up a red flag, and everyone's betting the same thing. So that's when they notified the NBA. The NBA says, oh, we couldn't find anything. And then, you know, of course, other people were more curious about it than the NBA was, I guess.
Of course.
And I guess the NBA is trying to protect their brand, but it says Says a
Well,
lot about it.
it's not the first time that a alleged betting scandal has hit the NBA.
Yes, this is true.
You know,
Well, that was maybe could I could
and that
you
was
could contend that could
what?
even be worse because it was a referee.
It was a referee. That was what? That was like 10, 15 years ago. But I
Tim-
mean, it
Tim Donaghy betting on games that he was refereeing. That's a little,
yeah,
you know.
Oh.
yeah.
Hi,
Landon.
Landon.
Hi, Landon.
So, like I'm not reporting this. I'm not. This is like all from. You can find all this in the mainstream media. I obviously pulled from the FBI, the Department of Justice website themselves. Like I said, if you really want to go in depth about the sports betting aspect of it, Pablo Torre is the go-to. He's got tremendous amount of information. But I did want to open up a discussion about how we feel about the sports and sports betting because, like I said to you guys last week, I've never been a huge fan of sports betting. I'm a huge sports fan because I like to watch people that are like the best at what they do, excel and achieve. And to me, the gambling aspect of it, especially if there's people like manipulating their stats to place bets, it feels so icky. It feels like, it taints the purity of, like me and David, we love hockey. So if there was ever a hockey scandal, I mean, like a hockey betting scandal.
You wouldn't even know what to do with yourself. Even now, you're like, oh my God.
I can't even.
I can't even imagine.
Well, it's like, so let's take something that we can all relate to. Tom Brady,
yeah.
Greatest quarterback. I get the ick factor when I think about the fact that he's like endorsed by a lot of these sports betting things, right? Because when he played, it never was really about the money. Yes, he wanted to get paid and stuff, but it was really for him. It was about winning, right, and being the best.
He take
and building
pay
a
cuts?
legacy. He took pay cuts.
Yeah.
Right. So, but now to watch him take money, and it's everywhere, right? The sports betting thing is like you see it on podcasts, you see it on things that aren't even related to sports. They're sponsored by,
It's everywhere.
and everyone takes the money. And I was like thinking about this, like, let's just say one day this podcast became huge. We got 5 people right now watching on YouTube. Well, let's say we had 5 million watching, right?
Ooh.
We'd be getting offers thrown at us from people trying to like want to be sponsors. You can rest assured, as long as gambling is still legal,
We totally sell out. Oh, is that not what you're going to say?
I would have a really hard time. I would because talking number, like I was listening to another podcast where they said like a company reached out to them and they offered them like $50,000 per read. I mean, could you turn down that money?
I think so. I think we all have integrity. I think we could.
Can I just say something really quick?
Yeah.
And I apologize, but I do have to go here. I am amazed, like truly amazed, that the FBI and the DOJ can dig up a whole criminal investigation based on like this kind of under the radar, irregular sports betting on a relatively irrelevant player, but they can't find the Epstein files. Just gonna throw it out there. Anyway, continue.
Or find Charlie Kirk's shooter's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Interesting. Yeah. So it's
Just
there's 2 different conversations here as far as the sports betting goes, is the gambling and sports, and then the poker game is a separate thing with Chauncey Billups and stuff, which we can discuss. I have a lot of insight on that too because I'm very close to the poker world, so I know a lot about, and I've heard a lot that those games go back like years, long before anyone ever would have
I
even heard
don't
about
really want to talk about those because the mafia.
it. Well,
Excuse me.
I've heard a lot about those games in the poker world, so yeah, the sports.
Sports.
Dave, you had thoughts about Shelley. You had thoughts about it, the integrity of people in the sponsorships and stuff.
I do. Yeah, I just feel like kind of like what you said. Like you watch because most people, I assume, they want to be the best of the best. I don't know why anyone would throw. If you're already making money, you're in the NBA, you've made it, right? Or pick whatever sport you want, you've made it. Because I have a feeling that if it's happening in the NBA, it's happening in other
Of course,
leagues.
Pete Rose.
Yeah,
in
I'm
baseball.
sure that it is happening all over. So, yeah, I just feel like why, like you have so much to lose. You have so much to lose. Why are you doing it? Like, I don't know. They're like, what's the reason? I'd like to talk to someone that was in a tough spot, maybe, and like, what was the reason? I don't know.
So I think in the case of like, for example, the Jonte Porter thing, he was betting on. I don't think he was necessarily originally betting on like himself or anything. He was betting on games, and I think he got into severe debt with the bookies.
Well,
So
this
what
is
he
my whole
did-
other thing with gambling.
So what he did was, instead of them saying, "Why don't pay us back?" Shave some of the points or do, you know what I mean? As a
Yeah.
way, as a form of payback, fix your stats. So when people place certain bets, we have the upper edge because we know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but
Insider
the minute
trading.
you do that once, that's
Oh, they
it.
own you.
You owe, yeah.
They own you. And this is all allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
the gambling world is not for me. It's not for me.
So,
I hate it.
David, you look like you want to say something.
Well, I was just gonna say I don't think I think the reason that something like this could allegedly happen is because I don't think many players in professional sports today actually have that care about the integrity of competition. Especially so let's just talk about the NBA, right? And I'm not trying to throw shade, but if you look pre 2000, right, when you had players like Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon, Dominique Wilkins, Dr. J, whoever you want to throw out there, those were guys, and I grew up watching those guys. I think they really cared about being the best at what they did, right? Like they actually cared about the game and more specifically about winning. It wasn't necessarily about fame. They were famous, but I don't think that was like their primary concern. These days, I don't think players in today's NBA, from what I can see, I don't think they really care about being the best and doing it through like hard work. I think they want to be called the best because of all the other stuff that comes with it, like the celebrity, the branding. And so it's not so
all
much about the game.
endorsements.
Yeah. Like even getting a championship is more about their popularity level and not so much like from a Tom Brady standpoint of I am just driven to be the best at what I do. I don't think many of today's players have that. And if you look at some big name players today, when they were like one or two superstar players on their team, they didn't win a championship. What do? They all get together and kind of go to form a super team and then they can win. But I don't think they're doing it because they want the championship out of some like sportsmanship desire or like to say I'm the best ever. More like I want everybody else to see how flashy I am. That's just my, like, I don't think Jordan, he was the most popular player of like our generation basketball wise. If you listen to him talk, I think he literally just had a chip on his shoulder and wanted to be better. That he was Dana. He was Dana on the basketball court. He just wanted to be better than everybody else.
Did my brother just compare me to Michael Jordan?
And
First I'm Brad Pitt, and now I'm compared to Michael Jordan. This is like the greatest night of my life.
so I don't know if I'm explaining. I don't know if I'm explaining what I'm trying to say very well, but
I understand what you're
I
saying.
totally understand.
So
what
I
you-
think
what
when
you're
the
saying.
focus has shifted for a lot of players from I just want to be known as like the best at what I do to I just want to be a champion because of all the accolades I get for it, that takes the integrity out of it. And that's what I think paves the way for people to be like, okay, like if you think about it, these are lower level players, right? That were in, well, I don't want to, I mean, they made it to the pros, so I don't want to throw shade at anybody, but these are players that are not going to get that big contract. They're not going to get the big endorsements. They're probably not going to be hoisting the, Larry Johnson,
I think
Larry
Terry
O'Brien
Rozier
trophy.
I think Terry Rozier was still slated to make like $20 million. So
He was.
I mean-
I really liked him when he was on the Celtics. I was really disappointed to see his name come up, but I can see why. I mean, like, if you're that guy and you're like, okay, I'm never going to be on the level of like my teammates or these guys on these other teams that are getting like these mega endorsements and the front office will fall all over just to make them happy. You know what I mean? Like, I can kind of see why somebody be like, well, I might as well try to make what money I can while I can, any way I can.
Do
I
you
don't
think
like
it's
it.
problematic that the NBA, quote unquote, couldn't find any wrongdoing, and yet someone with limited resources and a little podcast was able to find
Well, I want to
endless
be
amounts of
very
incriminating
clear.
evidence?
I want to be very clear. I am in no way saying or even insinuating that a mega corporation sports league would have any interest whatsoever in just sweeping such unpleasantness under the
How
rug.
dare you?
I am not saying I'm not saying that they would do that at all. I don't believe that at all. I cannot emphasize that strongly enough. I do not think that any major corporation would ever turn a blind eye to some shady dealings just to protect their bottom line. I can't see it happening. I certainly don't think that anybody would ever do that if they were in a position of power in making money. I just want to be very clear.
I have a question going back to what you said, Dave, about people coming up now in the league of as far as like where their integrity lies, whether it's with like all the accolades or with getting
Maybe
money.
I don't. Let me backtrack a little bit. I don't want to say that they don't have integrity. I think it's where their interest lies, where their primary concern lies.
Okay.
Let's just say that.
Still going back to that, do you think that's because they're growing up in a different generation where most kids who play sports, the parents are very much, what about my kid? What about my kid? It's all about my kid. And then those kids grow up and they become, amazing players, right? They are like really good at this sport, but then they have the mindset of it's all about me. It's all about me. And it's not really related to gambling, but I'm just wondering what you guys think about
Money.
maybe why the shift was.
I don't think
money's a
the
driving factor.
shift is really necessarily a parental thing. I think the shift is more that we live in a society that, that's always been very individualistic. That's kind of what our country has been built on, that sort of like individualism, innovating, being ambitious. But it's shifted, I would say, over the last 20 years, and especially over the last 5 to 10, with the rise of like Instagram and TikTok and all that crap. It's gone from being individualistic to being completely egocentric.
Yeah.
So
But
I think
that's what I
that's
mean,
part of
Michael-
it.
Fame culture. It's like fame culture.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
Michael Jordan didn't have Instagram at the time that he was
No.
coming up. He had a strong
But
mom.
that's
Did
what
you
I'm
guys watch
saying.
that document, the Nike or Nike Air, I think was the name of the.
Yeah.
That was a really good movie with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
I mean, he was. I still think he is hands down, and I will die on this hill. He is the GOAT as far as the NBA is concerned.
But that's what I mean. He wasn't. There was no social media to like let fame get to his head. Really.
No, but
You know?
we had. Well, but he was like the first one to get like first athlete that I know of that got like a ton of endorsements.
Oh yeah.
Because he was
He
just
made it happen.
He was just that good.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was that popular without social media, which I
Yeah.
think is amazing in itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he didn't. But that's kind of the thing. He came up in a time when you couldn't just sell yourself. You had to legitimately be talented and good
Right.
at what you did for everybody to sing your praises. Like now, you can be an influencer, and if enough people, like we could, okay, let's say we have our 5 million viewers. It just means that enough people buy into our BS and they like listening to us talk, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that we would be the best podcasters ever. Whereas,
Right.
in the old days, especially when sports, where sports are concerned, you had to perform, and that was where you got your fame. You couldn't like be a mid-level athlete that was also very active on Instagram, and that's why people know your name and that's why you're popular. Who just happens to be an athlete. You know what I mean? Like, because there are some people out there like that. Robert Luongo. Sorry.
There's endless people like that.
There.
Mid-level, low-level athletes that have a social media presence that are popular because of it, basically.
Am I thinking of the right? Was I thinking of the right goalie? Who was the one that complained that Tim Thomas didn't pump
That
his
was
tires
Luongo.
enough? That was
was
Luongo.
Luongo,
Okay,
yeah.
but he was very active on social media back. I think he was all over, like putting out tweets and stuff before Twitter became like the blasted hellhole that it was. That it, but he was always putting stuff on social media, and he was a good goalie, yes. But I think part of his popularity was like, oh, he's funny sometimes, so that made people somehow conflate that with he must be
Good.
an awesome athlete too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't bad. I want to be clear. He wasn't bad by any means.
We have a lot of disclaimers in this podcast.
Well, I think, to be honest, though, when you're speaking publicly about other public figures, I think you got to be,
Oh,
you
yeah,
got to be
no.
objective. You got to
Yeah.
be objective as possible, right? And
Yeah.
and you got to. I'm sure all three of us, I know I have been getting very upset at the way media personalities, whether they're in sports, mainstream media, whatever, will just either omit certain facts or twist information to make it seem like they're saying something else to make you think a certain way about somebody. And I actually have no interest. I have no interest in making people feel a certain way about anybody or about the NBA or anything like that. I'm just like everyone else. I have an opinion.
Right.
And that's what it is. It's an opinion.
Right.
Sorry, I took over that segment. Go ahead. So yeah, Shell, I think we live in a Instagram culture, and that's spilling over into sports.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
What do you
So
think,
it's just-
Dana?
It's just all about the money.
Yeah, I mean, I think money just plays such a huge role in it, with the athletes, with the owners, with the league, or leagues, depending on the thing you're talking about. And you can't escape it anymore, right? Like the gambling aspect of it. It's literally every 2 seconds they're throwing the ads in your face. And one of the things I wanted to talk about is, it is interesting. It's the sports books a lot of the time that are tipping off the league or the FBI to a lot of the stuff that they're seeing. Oh, it's inconsistent, which just goes to prove they don't want to lose money, right? They don't, so yes, people shouldn't be fixing games. They shouldn't be doing illegal activity, whatever. But also, on the other hand, it's also like it's not an equal playing ground, because if someone keeps getting bets right, keeps winning, they just cut them off and they don't let them bet anymore, right? Or in this case, they say, oh, this person is definitely some sort of cheating going on right now, and they get them cut out. So, I could see there being anomalies where it might appear that maybe something was happening and it was really just a random things
Streak
happen.
of good luck.
Yeah, random things happen all the time. But generally speaking, if people are good bettors, they'll just refuse their action. It's like a person that's good at blackjack and is a card counter. The casino is just going to ask them to leave. They don't want to lose money, right? So it's just a reminder that if you are gambling, specifically on sports too, because the sports books seem to be the worst at this as far as providing the service, the odds are always in their favor, right? Ultimately they're going to make sure they win in the end. So the odds are that's one of the reasons I was never into sports betting, because the odds are always stacked against you. Even if you get lucky one time, there's people that claim they're really skillful at it and whatever. I never believe it. I never believe it. It's bullshit.
I don't believe anyone is skilled at gambling ever, and I know people, even on this podcast, will
You've never
disagree with
seen me play blackjack.
I know that I guess I know there is a little bit of skill, but a lot of it is just luck. The cards that come out or the score that happens to be on the. I hate gambling so much. It has ruined lives. So I am very passionate about it. I hate it. I just hate it. I hate everything about it. I hate when I see the commercials. And then at the bottom, it's always like, if you know someone with a game, it's like the smallest little hint of like, oh, if you have a problem, call this number. But like in a big screen, just like everything else, pharmaceutical, whatever name it, right? There's always like all these things. And then the tiny little disclaimer of like, if you need help, call this number. But please give us your money first. Become an addict and then call and get help. Ugh.
The problem with that is not everyone is going to have a gambling problem, right? I think you're right. Gambling ruins people's lives, but it's like statistically, I looked this up too. It's like 3 point something % of the overall population is like compulsive gamblers. So like overwhelmingly people don't get addicted to gambling. That's not to say they're not going to be addicted to something else. I mean, people have drug addictions. They have
Yeah, if
you
it's
know,
not
you
one
know,
thing,
alcohol.
it's another.
You know, so
Yeah.
people just get it. People can form addictions, right? So, but so I would never tell someone what to do or what not to do. I mean, generally speaking, you know, it's a quote unquote free country. People can, if they really want to risk their lives on something, I guess, you know, it's not the greatest
No,
decision.
yeah, I mean, we all have
but,
free will,
you know,
right?
and
We
it
can
sucks,
do whatever.
and I, you know, I don't want to see people ruin their lives, but I do think it's problematic that it's so accepted, and like I said, you can't get away from it. So for people that are addicted, it's very, very difficult when it's in your face. Like there's literally no aspect of life now with the internet that it doesn't touch. And people that have that, like there's literally bets on every little thing. You know,
Yeah,
they'll
like
bet,
even
they'll
like
bet on
on
like
this-
a ping. They'll bet on a ping. They'll have betting for ping pong matches in China, right?
Yeah.
Like who's? Yeah, I mean, come on.
But
So
even like the Super Bowl, right? Like you can put over under on how long the national anthem is going to be. You can, it's 50-50 on the coin toss what's going to come. I mean, you can literally bet on every aspect of the Super Bowl, which is
And the-
crazy.
And the problem with the prop bets like that is those are the easiest ones for people to rig. Right. So that's another reason I don't like it. Those are the easy, like those are the things people love to bet on. And those are the easiest things that could get rigged. Like almost anything you can bet on can be rigged. Like we can talk about the poker games and how fairly easy it was for them to rig the poker games. Allegedly.
Yeah, didn't they allegedly have like X-ray tables or something? I
so
heard that on
allegedly.
a report. That's what I said. I said allegedly.
So, well, we could talk about the Deckmate 2. So the Deckmate 2 is like one of the most popular shuffling machines used in like poker rooms. It's used in casinos for blackjack too. They have different sizes, one for one deck for poker. There's one for like 5 decks for blackjack. And effectively what this game allegedly did was they manipulated the Deckmate and put in a camera
Okay.
and a computer so that it would recognize. The FBI found the guy's phone, went through all the pictures. They found the disassembled Deckmate with
Allegedly.
allegedly with the stuff being installed on it. And so it could read the cards in what order they were in and who was getting each card. Along with the tables, they would know what the flop and turn and whatever was going to be, so they would know who was going to have what cards, and then someone offsite would message the player at the table, allegedly, what each player had, so they would know. And these games happen in Vegas. They happen in Los Angeles. And I did hear a podcast where one of the players that played in that game alleges he lost well over $1 million in the game. He was cheated out of, well, allegedly out of $1 million, of at least $1 million.
So much.
And Chauncey Billups is one of those people indicted on this. He played in this. He was like one of the faces of the game. Allegedly, he knew about the cheating and was in on it and got a cut of it for bringing other players in. Some of the other names in it were Ty Lue, coach of the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, really?
Yep. He was in the Vegas
Allegedly,
games.
David.
Allegedly.
Just allegedly.
Allegedly, Antonio Gates, NFL Hall of Famer, Antonio Gates. Now, these people were allegedly part of the cheating. They weren't named in the thing. They may have been cheated themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yep, they were just brought in as like whales, basically, for the cheaters to take money from. Kevin Garnett, he didn't even know he was going to he didn't even know he was going to a poker game, so he left. Supposedly, allegedly, he left the game.
So I just want to break in.
But
Kevin Garnett is one of the few exceptions to my post 2000 rule, although he did technically come in the 90s. He KG was definitely a competitor, no question about that. He had the right attitude, according to this old man right here. So,
and I had
Hunter and Mason. If you all decide you're going to be NBA players, the only rule is to win. You need to be the best at what you do
With integrity.
with integrity. Don't cheat.
Maybe-
Yeah, don't cheat to win.
and bring back teamwork. Bring back teamwork. Do you know who Jamie Lynn Siegler is?
Yes, Meadow from The
Meadow,
Sopranos.
yeah, Meadow
Oh,
from The
I was
Sopranos.
gonna say I know the name.
On her and Rob Eiler's podcast, her husband Cutter is on every now and then. He is a former professional baseball player. I don't think he ever made it to majors. He made like AAA, but he was talking about how like teamwork doesn't exist anymore in baseball. It's like everyone's just trying to get paid. Even in the minor leagues, they don't care. Like they don't. No one really cares about the team. It was kind of depressing because
That is
remember
kinda
being a kid
depressing.
being a kid playing team sports. You wanted your team to do well. You wanted to do well, obviously yourself too, but you wanted your team to do good.
Yeah.
As
It
a
was-
sports
it
fan,
was
as a
like-
Boston sports fan, we want our teams to do well. We want our
Like
players
all
on our
the
teams.
time.
We want our players on the teams to love our city and love our teams, and to hear that professional players really just don't care that much about the team. It's it's an icky feeling.
I know. I have loved watching the Patriots again, though. That's been nice.
It is
They
nice
are-
when they buy
They
in.
are playing team. They are playing team football.
They seem to
really
be.
are playing like
Yeah.
a team.
I mean, the reality is, like, you perform the team itself performs the best when everyone buys in and plays as a team. Like, I think about teams, 2001 Patriots Super Bowl. What year did the Angels win? 2002. The Angels won in 2002. I can't remember.
Yeah.
but they were like one of the most unlikely World Series teams. They didn't have any big names. It was all teamwork. Like when the
Well, that's
team
like even the
buys in
Buffalo
and plays
Bills.
together. Yeah,
They didn't really have any big names, but they just all played together. I like
Still
the
haven't
Bills. I
won-
know we're
still
not
haven't won a
supposed
Super Bowl
to.
yet, but
I
What?
know. I know.
What is-
I love
What
Josh
is
Allen.
wrong with you? Oh my! Oh.
Oh, there's just like there's no one on that team to hate.
You are
You
no
know what I
sister of
mean?
mine.
I know Mike always
it's
says
not
he's
a-
like we
What's
can't
next?
like the Bills anymore.
not
The
supposed to.
Patriots are good again. I'm like I
What's-
know, but
you're not supposed to. But
What's
this
next,
is
Shell?
David. You haven't been.
I
you haven't-
really like the Habs. They're just a hard team not to like. I
You-
love the Habs. Is
David's
that
been out
not-
of Boston too
I
long.
know you've been out of Boston too. It's
lot of
been a long
people-
5 years.
A lot of
okay?
people share Michelle's sentiment. Honestly,
Yes.
I don't, but a lot of people do around here.
Yeah, the Bills, man. I mean, I know, like I said, I know that we're not supposed to like them in their like division, whatever. But I just, when they play, I root for them. And Mike's like,
Yeah.
"Stop it! Stop rooting for them! Like we're good now." I'm like, "I know, but it's so hard, especially when you're playing KC. Like, come on, Bills, let's go."
When we're, you know what? Even when our team isn't good, you don't root for the Bills.
Oh no, I was
you
100%.
throw
I
in
wanted them
cheers
in the
for the
Super Bowl so
Steelers,
bad
too?
last year. What?
Are you throwing cheers for the Steelers too? Like, I mean,
Ew,
come on.
no, I'll never like the Steelers.
Okay,
No,
well, you're not
I
completely.
will never like the Steelers, and I'll never like the Ravens. There are some teams I will just never like.
There's some
but-
teams you just really can't. I mean, I'll be honest. The Bills, they do play. They're a good team.
Yeah,
There is that sentimentality of like they've never won the Super Bowl,
I
so
know.
it's like when they went up against KC, I'm like I wouldn't be too upset if they beat KC,
yeah,
but I'm not gonna like openly root for them and say, oh, I want them to succeed. Like in general, that's just a step too far. But yeah, I'll never like the Steelers. I'll never like the Ravens.
no.
Maybe
What
if you
other
placed,
teams?
maybe if you placed a bet for them on
I'll
Such and
never
Don't
such
like,
even
casino.
say it.
I'll never like the Raiders. We have a ton of Raiders fans out my way. I don't have any particular dislike towards the Niners. There's a lot of Niners fans around here, but I will never root for the Seahawks. Like I just don't like that team. So,
I don't have really anything against them. I'm trying
but
to
I
think
have
any
kept
other-
kept my loyalty to the Boston sports teams no matter where I have lived.
Oh yeah. Well, I wouldn't expect you to just not be a Boston fan.
the only non-Boston team I tend to cheer for is the Golden Knights.
Interesting.
Huh.
That's
Very
about it.
interesting.
Yeah, like baseball is Red Sox. If I even care to pay attention,
I mean, I used to.
are they
love-
even still playing? Oh no,
I
the
used
World
to love
Series
the
just
Braves.
ended, right?
I used to
So-
love the Braves, but
I remember you had the hat.
Yeah.
although I did enjoy watching Otani play. I do like Otani. for the
Oh,
Dodgers.
speaking
but-
of sports, didn't Ovechkin do
He's at
his
900.
900th goal? I heard that on the radio today. Thought of you guys.
Now, like if like if there was like a PED scandal, like a performance enhancing drug, I would be devastated.
I know he
mean,
was
he
in
is
your
one of my
top
favorite.
5.
He was in my top 5. Yeah.
Do you see any difference between like the steroid scandal of the 90s and the sports betting scandals that happen now? Like, what do you think? We know what the we
I
know
think
what
that-
the effect of the legacy was of those players on baseball.
Yeah, I think the steroid scandal was bigger because it involved more players bound for the Hall of Fame. So it really did call into question the integrity of the game because records were being broken, right? Records that had stood for decades were being broken. And then you find out the people breaking them were engaged in that sort of activity. And it's like, to me, that is bigger.
Are those
Even though
records still considered broken if
Yes.
they are? But yeah, okay.
Yes. Hank Aaron is no longer the home run king.
Who is?
Barry Bonds,
Barry Bonds.
Okay.
which is crazy because
Who,
he was a great
again,
player without the
was a-
steroids.
Before allegedly using.
Allegedly, everybody.
Or
Allegedly.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of players were truly great. But I remember at the time, and I'm not going to get into it just because we are speaking publicly about public figures, but there was one particular former Boston athlete that came up during the steroid scandal where I remember thinking this person is becoming better as they get older, and that is not natural.
It's
And I
just
remember,
because
like-
he's my favorite Red Sox of all time, and he wanted to remain my favorite.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly. But I remember like ESPN.
That's who I thought it was. So
I remember like on ESPN, like even because just before the scandal broke, like ESPN would like do like specials, like SportsCenter would talk about this player, and they'd be like, "It's amazing how he's just better now than he was in his heyday back in 10, 20 years ago." And I'm like, that is not natural.
well, maybe he was
this
on the
person-
Tom Brady method. Maybe he was taking his TB12s.
I don't think that was the case.
Do you think it's
But
okay? Do you think it's okay that the players did it if most of the other players were doing it?
No, that's good. That goes back to if your friends were going to jump off a bridge, would you? No, I don't think that's right. You guys don't have
David's
any
deep
thoughts
in
on
thought.
that? I know.
I'm just thinking about like I'm trying to think of the name of the documentary.
No, why? Just because
after the
someone
Lance-
else is cheating, you think you can? That's
after the-
not right.
So after the Lance Armstrong thing broke, a journalist he was a bike rider, and he basically experimented on himself where he did, I don't know if it was the Tour de France. He did one of the big bike races in Europe clean. And then he had himself doped up. He got like a Russian doper to dope him up for the next year because he wanted to compare.
Because of course there was a Russian doper.
Well, this whole big thing happened in the documentary he made
Is
because
this
the Russian dope.
allegedly, or is this
No, this really
factual?
happened. This is factual.
Okay,
This is
okay.
journalism. Because he wanted to see how big of an advantage the dopers had. So, like, he did it and he finished like, I don't know, he finished in like 50th or something. Then the next year he doped himself up for a year, and then he finished in like the top 20. So obviously it made a huge difference. So, but Lance Armstrong's argument was like, just about every biker he was racing against he was just the one to get caught. So, do you, as the athlete, do you not do it for the integrity of it, right? But know you're never going to finish in the top of the field because they're all cheating?
Yeah, don't you want to know you're not a cheater?
But then you can't, this is how you make your living. You can't make the living anymore because
Okay.
that's where all the money is.
Can we do a little thought experiment?
Sure.
Follow
do it.
along with me here. Okay.
Okay.
I want you to imagine that you are both working in finance and
Okay.
you work for a large finance company.
Okay.
And in your department, let's just say like you work in sales or whatever, and you are expected to generate a certain amount of revenue.
Okay.
Okay. So let's say you find out that your you work with 4 other people in your department, you all do the same job, and they're like pumping out, like their accounts are just full of money all the time and they're generating all this revenue, and then you find out that they're like embezzling money from other areas of the company to put it into their accounts. They're being lauded by their bosses for their output. Does that give you the right to do the same thing, to steal and put that money in your account to be on the same level as them? Or is that wrong? And should you just do things the right way?
Well, I don't think it gives me the right to do it, but that's wrong. That isn't,
Like,
you're embezzling money.
Would you, if you knew that, and like, let's say they're like, you know what, we're going to be laying people off who don't hit this certain whatever point, and everybody else, you know, these other 4 people, they're embezzling money to pump up their own numbers so that they don't get laid off, because they're just trying to save their jobs. They're not trying to make themselves rich. They're just trying to save their jobs.
I
And
really
you know-
don't
Couldn't you-
think I would. I really don't.
I don't think I would either. But couldn't you just blow the whistle? Couldn't you use option 3, blow the whistle on the whole scam?
There's a risk in that, though.
That raises an interesting question, because you have to wonder how many players during that era knew and chose not to blow the whistle. And I'm sure there are reasons why. Because the reality is, when you blow the whistle, that's it. You're done anyway. Even though
That-
you're doing the right thing, you are done anyway.
But
period.
the truth comes out anyway. Generally speaking, the truth always
Eventually,
comes
it
out,
always does,
right?
yeah.
It could take years. I'm not going to say it's going to be a quick thing, but for the most part, the truth always has a way of coming out.
Unless we're talking about the Epstein files, then it will never come out. Hey, I'm just doing my part as a patriot. That's all.
What would you do, Dave, in your own thought experiment?
I think I would not.
Partake.
I would not partake.
Would you blow the whistle?
That's a more complicated question. Honestly.
David might blow the whistle.
So you would just not take. I mean, I would probably make the same option. I don't know if I would blow the whistle either.
Yeah, I wouldn't blow the whistle.
But basically, knowing you're going to lose your job.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess
don't know, I
it really,
just-
and I'm not trying to sound like uppity or anything, but it really does come down to what is more important to you as a person. Do you actually value the integrity of your life, or are you more concerned with, which is a valid concern, of having an income?
Right, yeah, no. Yeah.
And even with baseball steroid era, that's really what it came down to, is these players often were trying to come back from an injury. So that's why they would, right? Because it would help them heal faster. Some of them were looking at like, okay, if I'm going to compete and I'm going to make an income, I need to do what everybody else is doing. Right. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying, like, yes, I think integrity matters. I also recognize it's not always, when you're the one in that environment, it's not always an easy decision to make. I think it takes a lot of genuine courage to be like, I'm not going to do this, and I'm just going to stick it out the way that I should.
Yeah.
I ultimately think that's the best thing to do, but it's not without pain
Oh,
for you.
yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So
Yeah.
life lessons
Do you think there's a line?
with your therapist, Dave.
A line for what, Dana?
So how much of your integrity? Let's go back to the sports gambling sponsorship.
Okay.
Okay. How much of your integrity would be for sale? Like, is there a line? Like, so I feel very strongly about the prevalence of sports betting. I wouldn't want to push it. I wouldn't want to have a sponsorship of it. I wouldn't want to cause people with severe problems more problems. I wouldn't want to taint sports even more than it already is, in my opinion. But I could foresee, if we were ever in a position where this show really was, this all of a sudden this episode gets like a million views and sponsors come knocking, hey, we want to give you guys some money. Is there a line? Do you think there's a line where you would consider Ooh, I don't like the gambling, but it is a lot of money.
I really don't
Because
think
for
so.
me, because for me, I consider myself, I have integrity. I also have a wife and 3 kids, and we're like dirt poor. And,
You're like, I have
and
a line. Show
I'm
me
just
the money.
I'm just being honest. As much as I disagree with it, I think there could be a number I could be bought for.
I don't know. I feel like if we were to do any ad of any, even if it's not necessarily a sports betting, it was any product that I didn't like either use and I actually found helpful, or like something that I actually believed in. I really don't, I would like to say no. I don't think that I could be bought that way.
The product thing for me is an easier decision because if I do no product itself, like physical product or whatever, would pay enough for a sponsorship that I would compromise my integrity for. Like, so if someone offered me money to hawk something that I didn't use or didn't like, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
The sports betting aspect, they're flooding a ton of money into sports betting. So the reason I asked that is because, I mean, this is all obviously never going to happen. It's hypothetical.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we will be huge one day. But
And then they'll be playing this clip. Remember when these 3 said they weren't gonna be doing sports betting commercials?
I'm just letting you know. Hey,
I never said I wouldn't do sports betting.
DraftKings,
sponsorship.
I do have some integrity, but I can be bought.
Hey, I have enough integrity to recognize that DraftKings is a reputable sports betting company that would stand by.
Legally licensed in the United States. I'm just saying they're the industry that is flooding crap tons of money into the market, into podcasts and shows and influencers. They're the ones that are making that decision difficult for people that may disagree with it.
So
That's why there's people that you never would think you would see hawking gambling websites doing that, because they're being paid so much money for
Yeah.
it. So
I don't know.
is
I
there
just don't-
is there a line that you think there would be? Like, is there so much that you just couldn't turn down?
I don't think so, because even at my current job, there's a role that I had to do for a little while, and I would not do that job every day for $1 million.
Really?
And like people around my office, like it's kind of become a thing. Like, would you do this for $1 million? Like, and it's just like I always have chosen happiness, I guess, over money.
all right. So Dana,
Uh-huh.
you and I will just be the ones to do the DraftKings
Yeah.
spot, and Michelle can just
I was
stay
just
off in the
gonna say,
background.
because realistically, if
All right,
that
well,
if
so
that
when-
offer ever did come to us, it would be a group decision.
So when that 100K payday comes
And
in,
it-
Dave, me and you will just split it 50,000,
There
50,000.
you go, and that's fine.
We don't want Michelle
But-
to have any blood money.
This
You know.
way,
Gotta.
I don't know. I mean, it's easy to
So-
sit here and say no, I wouldn't. But seriously, if you put a $1 million check in front of my face for me to do a 30-second commercial on DraftKings, who knows? I mean, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. I would, what I would not do, what I can say with complete honesty, is I would never lie, and and I would never like do an endorsement if I knew something was wrong with what I was endorsing. Like, so, and I'm gonna give a recent example, which going back to video games, recently, you all have heard of Mortal Kombat.
What's that?
one of my favorite video games. Finish him.
They released the Mortal Kombat Legacy collection, which is a whole bunch of Mortal Kombat games from the first one up until like 2000, 2002, all in one collection. So everybody was excited. That's like a 90s kid that's like, this is going to be so awesome. It went out, copies went out to YouTube reviewers, right? Because, that's a big thing now.
Right, yeah.
Lots of, and a lot of them gave glowing reviews to this collection. And then the game was released, people got their hands on it, and there was input lag. There was all these problems that made it basically unplayable. And everybody was pissed off at all these YouTubers that were like, you knew this. Like, you played these games, you knew that there was a problem, and yet you're giving it this glowing review and saying it's like an awesome collection. It's just what you've been waiting for. And there's like, it's all over YouTube right now because I follow video game stuff better than the politics. But that's something I wouldn't do. So if somebody was like, hey, we want you to talk about this product, about how awesome it is, and we try it, and I realize that like there's like serious problems with this, I'm not going to take however much money to plug it. Like, I wouldn't do that. Something like sports betting, even though I recognize the problems, the larger problems around it, yeah, I'm taking the money and I'm going to talk about how awesome DraftKings is. I'm just being honest.
So I have
Yeah,
a
that's fine.
compromise then, because this would, like I said, this would be a group decision. You guys can do the, hey, sign up, get your $5 voucher or whatever it is, and then I will come in and do the, if you have a problem with gambling, I will sandwich the gambling hotline at the beginning of the commercial and at the end of the commercial. That's the
David-
compromise.
David and I will be the devils on your shoulder.
Exactly.
And Michelle will be the angel.
Exactly. I will be the voice of reason. And I'll say, do you really need to download this app?
It would
Do you
have to
really
be.
need to download
It would have to be enough to justify me to do it, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think there's a world where they would offer, and it would be too low for me to do it. I would know it's not enough for me to.
Really?
Yeah.
So hold on. Let's say we make just enough. We have just enough viewership, and they're like, hey, we'll give you guys like 20 grand to split among the three of you if you do this spot. You're saying that's too low? You could not use an extra $7,000, $3,500 after taxes?
I would say, are you
I
going
could.
Are you going to give us 20 grand a month? Are you going to give us 20 grand per episode, or are you just giving us 20 grand for like a year-long contract? No, that's not enough. No.
What about 20 grand an
This
episode?
show costs me money to produce, right? I don't care. I gladly spend the money. I lose money doing this show. I pay for the StreamYard. I lose money doing this show with you guys because I love you guys and I want to do this show. If someone wants to come in and sponsor the show and you're going to do something that I feel may compromise my integrity, yes, my integrity can be for sale, but it better be enough. My integrity isn't cheap.
I'm a relatively cheap date for any sponsors that might be.
I guess Dave's doing his own show.
I won't outright lie for you, but I can bend the truth a little bit.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh.
Hey, listen. All kidding aside, I think this goes back to, we live in a corporatist society right now where everything is about making money. Everything. I talked about this with like the whole Volkswagen unlocking extra horsepower behind the paywall.
Yeah.
Right? Everything is turning into that. They're trying to monetize everything and make you pay for everything and turn it into a subscription. So when you live in a world like this, of course people are going to be thinking, I got to make the dollars. I got to meet the bottom line. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's easy for me to sit here hypothetically and be like, no, I wouldn't take the money. But who would really? I would probably have to think about what I would want to do.
Sometimes you think, well, I wouldn't do that. And then you see it and it's there in front of you and it's like, ooh.
Yeah. Well, and just like different
I
positions,
honestly don't think a one-time $20,000 payment split 3 ways would be enough for me to justify, let's take a sports betting sponsorship. I think if they were going to do it like per episode or like a significantly more amount, I would probably say we really should consider this and do the me and David giving our picks and Michelle giving the spiel about gambling problem. I mean, whatever. And I don't even like sports betting. I hate it. I don't get it.
Well,
the fact of the matter is, it doesn't really matter if we endorse it or not. People are going to sign up for the app regardless.
so we might as well take the money.
Caitlin hates coffee, and she would drink coffee from a sponsor and say it was delicious. And I give good ad reads. People looking for sponsors, looking for people to sponsor. So if you have a good reputable company that's validly
up.
licensed in the U.S., hit me up. Hit me up in the DMs. Sibriv Pod on Facebook. DJ Dana Scott on Instagram.
I forgot to tell you guys, Hawaii said she hopes we have a happy conversation. She is working right now, but
Oh, hi, Hawaii.
says-
Hey,
Oh, wow.
Hawaii. Is she gonna have problems translating this episode because it's live?
yes. My wife, can I just tell
What
you,
about
my
Facebook?
wife,
What about the Facebook one? Doesn't the Facebook one translate?
she tries to watch on YouTube. She says there's no translation, but she watches it anyway.
Oh, she's so
That's
cute.
dedication.
It is.
That is dedication.
That's love right there.
That's love. And that's why
What about
if we
Spotify?
were offered a sponsorship, it's because of love for my wife and the desire to provide a happy life for her and the children that I would take those sponsorship dollars with integrity and
That's
intention.
Just want to let you guys know that Dentine Ice keeps your breath very fresh when you're talking on a pod and having some laughs with your siblings. Tastes great. Gives you fresh breath.
Think I'm gonna go buy some tomorrow. That was really convincing.
It gives you that little pep of energy to download DraftKings onto your phone.
That inspiration to put that $5 bet on the over of the Patriots game this Sunday.
How messed up would it be if somebody from DraftKings just happened to be listening? It's like, wow, these guys talk about us a lot. We should offer them a sponsorship.
Are you manifesting right now, David?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't believe in that stuff. No.
But you believe in ghosts. Okay. I see where the line is for you, Dave.
Yes, I find it easier to believe that we might have a spirit that lives on after us. I find that easier to believe than if I just want something bad enough. The universe, which is a cold, uncaring void, is somehow going to be like, well, let me give this to you since you think about it so much.
Is that really what manifesting is?
Yes.
though?
Have you
I
ever read The
feel-
Secret? Have you ever read The Secret?
No, but Mom did. She loved that book.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, she
Oh,
went through
Mom.
a phase.
Do you
She
know
went
how
through
I
a
think-
phase.
You know how
And
I think
she-
manifesting works? This is my honest opinion about it.
We might have the same. 'cause
For the
that's
people
what
that it works for, here's what I think about it. Here's what I think how it works.
The
Is they
people
manifest
that
it,
works for.
They envision it, they dream it, and then they put the work
and then
in
they start
to
working
achieve
towards it.
right?
Yes, I was just gonna say the
So
same
when you are
thing.
going to put the work in to achieve it, yes, you're obviously more likely to achieve it. It's not like you're
Yeah.
just dreaming it and like, oh, it's
And
just
then
going to happen,
suddenly it
and you just
appears,
wait for
yeah.
it to happen, right? But if you
Yeah.
don't envision, it's like it's goal setting, right? If you don't
Yeah.
put the plan in place to achieve that vision, it's never going to happen.
And it could be
So
a
you
baby
manifest
step,
it.
but it still counts as you working towards that goal.
Yeah, you manifest it and you work towards it. So if you want to manifest the fact that you're going to get a house, you manifest it by working towards it and saving and working hard, and it's never going to happen because we're now in an oligarchy and no one's ever going to own anything anymore. But 20 years ago it might have worked.
And I'm not manifesting a sponsorship from DraftKings just by talking about it. I'm manifesting it by telling them that I will sell my integrity to shield their products.
And we want Andrew Schultz level money per read, okay? Whatever Stake's paying them, that's what we want.
You guys.
But no, I don't believe in The Secret, and I don't believe in manifesting. I think it literally what you two just said. You are in the mindset of I want this thing. You create the conditions for that thing to come about through your own hard work and luck, serendipity, whatever the case might be, circumstance, and it comes together. That's how
I was
it
gonna
works.
say, I'm sure there's a little bit of timing and things that,
Yeah,
that
timing is
help.
always a factor.
but yes, exactly. Well, that's why the expression, like, what
But-
is it?
but this
Wrong
idea
time,
that,
right
like,
place, vice versa. It's-
But this idea, like, oh, like of, you know, we love these cute little ideas in our society that I think are just total BS, like karma, like, oh, people are going to get their karma. And it's like, no.
You don't
Have you
believe in
paid-
karma?
Have you paid attention to the world?
No, because
the worst
obviously-
people in the world never get what they deserve. They always do well. The good people always get the short end of the stick. Karma does not exist the way that
Obviously, ghosts are way more believable. I mean, come on.
Yes. Yes, I think
I
ghosts are
believe
more
in ghosts
believable than
and karma.
I don't think that the universe is like going to, like, you know, just waiting to make my wildest dreams come true simply because I exist and I'm a special celestial creature made from space dust that's unique in my own special way. Like, come on. Yes, I believe in ghosts more firmly than that stupid ass idea that I was just talking about. There's your therapy for the day.
Oh my god. Well, I believe in karma. I believe in ghosts.
Thank
and I
you,
believe
Caitlin.
in hard work.
Thank you, Caitlin. I do not believe in karma at all either. Good to know. There's at least some people with sense in the family. I'm just saying.
I don't believe in karma.
Oh, okay. There's a couple of us without.
He doesn't believe in ghosts. He thought it was a mouse.
It was a mouse. Hey, your husband is on the same page as me, so
Yeah, he's wrong too. He doesn't believe in any of that stuff.
it's nice to know there's another skeptic in the family.
My wife doesn't believe in any of that stuff either. She tells me, you know, because she's like an atheist and she doesn't, you know, but she's scared of ghosts.
Yeah, which makes no sense. Mike is also an atheist and doesn't believe in any of that either. Because I do think you have to believe in one to believe in that. You know?
Believe in what? To believe in what?
Don't you think you have to believe in some sort of higher power to be able to believe in spirits? And
Not necessarily.
Ghosts and no?
No,
oh, I
not
do.
necessarily.
I think there's probably somewhere in the world, probably multiple places in the world, where there are scientists trying to prove or disprove ghosts.
Yeah.
Interesting. He would have to.
Hawaii has
see
just
it.
loved this video, so she's currently with us right now on Facebook.
Oh.
Oh. Sin Chavo, Dep guy. That'll make her happy.
What did you just say?
It's a secret. You have to know Vietnamese to know what I just said. Rest assured, it was very sweet.
Okay. It was probably like husband loves wife or something like
I
that.
said hello. I said hello, my most beautiful wife.
Oh, I see.
No, no.
Very nice. Now, see, if there was a Duolingo person watching, I will 100% do your ad for Duolingo.
We are the perfect pot. Hey, Duolingo.
100%.
Any Rosetta Stone, any language app, we are the perfect podcast as we are in internationally famous
Yes.
podcasts, especially on Facebook. We have a very large Facebook audience. In addition to our 6,000 subscribers on YouTube, we also have 1,000 subscribers on Facebook. And we are the 112th most popular podcast in Vietnam. We welcome any language sponsorship.
Yes.
Are we really the 112th most
I don't
popular
know.
podcast?
But see, you believed him, and that's the point.
Well, it sounds like it could be very eerily accurate. Yeah. Well, are we done? Are we?
Well, we went for a little extended today because I guess we should announce that we're going to be taking a little bit of a holiday break. I made the suggestion after Michelle said she was going to be unavailable next Friday, and I said, "You guys
Yeah.
just want to take a break?" And my siblings decided they were sick of me and immediately jumped on the opportunity to take 2 months off from me. So
I don't
we
think
are
that
gonna be gone.
is
Wait.
at all
Who said
how that
anything
went
about
down.
2 months off?
I do believe I said the joy of going live is the three of us can just hop on whenever we want.
Okay, so we're
Is
gonna
that
be-
not what I said?
I
So-
do remember Michelle saying, "I need a break from you two idiots," but I don't.
Oh my
remember
God.
This idea that we were going to go for 2 months.
Our listeners know that you guys are
Listen,
lying.
I know
and
my
I am
passion-
telling the truth.
I know my passion burns like a comet in the night, and it might be just too bright for you guys. Okay. And I know that we've been pandering for an hour and 17 minutes to gambling websites to sponsor this podcast that we're now saying is going to be taking a brief hiatus. No, we're going to be taking a brief break, a few weeks. We'll come back for a Christmas special, I'm sure.
Yeah. I was
And then
actually
apparently
thinking,
just stream anytime we want to, which I'm down with. I mean, you're going to hear from me on this channel because me and Caitlin do have to make our Love is Blind video.
yes.
At least one of them. As well as there is some like tax news, so I'll be doing live streams of my tax stuff on the on the YouTube channel, not on the Subref page. But yeah, so we'll have at least one episode before Christmas.
We're
do,
not
going to
do like a Thanksgiving episode. Like I was kind of thinking maybe the night before Thanksgiving
Like a
Eve.
Wednesday night?
Yeah, maybe
A
we
Wednesday
could jump.
night.
Yeah, like we could jump
But-
on for like a
but
half
things are-
hour, say hi to the
but things are
people,
just not done.
go around the computer screen and talk about what we're thankful for, kind of like what we did when we were kids growing up on Thanksgiving. I'd just say what we were thankful for, what we still do now. Maybe we could revisit our very first podcast
mean,
with the
it
turkey
is-
story. Do you guys remember that?
Thanksgiving Eve is one of the biggest apple juice drinking nights of the year.
It's true. That is true.
I'm drinking grape juice tonight.
I was
so
just gonna say, you're very festive with your Santa mug today.
I actually did this specifically for you, Shelly. I wanted
Aw.
to make you happy.
That does
Even though I'm
make
not
me happy.
Even though I'm not a huge Christmas guy, I was like, oh, I should use this on the podcast tonight. So
Caitlin says, I am thankful for karma, ghost, DraftKings, and coffee. Landon is laughing at us.
Is he laughing at us or with us?
Probably at us.
Probably at us. Yeah.
it probably would be good to do Thanksgiving Eve, considering on Thanksgiving Day I will be all by myself on my favorite holiday.
Fly out here?
No. I always get invites to go places, so
Because you're so popular.
no. I mean,
Just
here I am.
so popular.
Here I am pretending like, oh, I'm going to be lonely on Thanksgiving. But what actually happens is I have like 2 or 3 friends that are like, hey, you should come to our place for Thanksgiving. And I'm always like, I just kind of want to hang by myself.
Well, you know what happens around Thanksgiving? The temperatures drop and it gets very cold, and you might see ice, like Dentine ice. And
Yeah, I think we should do the night before Thanksgiving.
and all through
then
the
we-
house.
And,
Not a
and
creature
then
was stirring.
we can figure out a Christmas one.
I'm pretty sure we'll never be a huge podcast if we continue to do this. I think next time we'll try to figure out what we're going to talk about and do.
I said in the message we
It's
should
part
talk
of the
about
ch-
it before we go
It's
live.
it's part of the charm. It's part of the charm of the
charm.
show. We just roll with it.
Anyway, speaking of Thanksgiving, we are very thankful to all of our viewers on Facebook, Spotify, and YouTube that
Yes,
have
thank
joined
you.
us to listen to us
Thank you.
and our shenanigans and our
Yes, we are very thankful for our average viewership of our average 30 watchers a week on YouTube, our average 15 listeners on Spotify.
Okay,
And
so
our
can I
average
tell you, though-
17
can I-
viewers on Facebook. No, I'm honestly, generally, we're thankful for you all.
The fact-
Make sure you like and subscribe and share so more can join and see how great this show is.
Yes.
So that
Can I-
maybe someday DraftKings will call me and say, hey, here's 50 grand. Why don't you and your brother give some sports picks while your sister advises everyone how gambling is bad?
I do want to say the fact that like 62 or so people
Right.
really are willing to sit and listen to my bullshit for an hour and 15 minutes really does touch my heart, and I'm not being sarcastic. I think I'm genuinely grateful for that. I think that's really kind of cool. So, thank you.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know who these people are, but I still
Dave's like a little bit of fame is going to his head, I think. Yeah.
I
He's ready to be the next NBA, give me all the money star. Influencer.
Before we know it, he's going to be on Instagram.
Yep. Doing poses. Check us out on
I will
Super.
I will do. Hey, I'll do whatever it takes to take us to the top.
He did say it's all about winning. It's all about winning.
Number one rule of life. Whether you're talking about team sports, You're talking about individual accomplishments, or you're talking about relationships and marriage. The only rule: win.
Our in-house therapist, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm being somewhat facetious, just so people know.
Having grown up with him, he is being 100% transparent about who he is as a person.
Wow.
Wow.
Shots fired. All right. We'll see you guys on Thanksgiving Eve. No.
Shelly, did you get any splatter from that bus Dana just threw me under? Damn. I was a pretty good big brother, I think.
Such a great brother. You left your little 4-year-old brother stranded at Hearts of Park, 2 miles away from home.
And I broke
You were
my arm on
7.
your watch.
You were 7 and you were 3 when you broke your arm. And
I was 3?
You
I
were
thought
3.
I was older than that.
No, you were 3 years old. Dana was 7 when I left him at Hearts of Park. He wasn't 4. He was 7. Because I was 12 and I spent that summer a month grounded. And
And do you
not
know why
today-
you spent a month grounded? Because you left a 7-year-old 2 miles from home that didn't know how to get home without anyone to supervise him. Mr.
Yes, I
Great
know.
Brother, I was a great big brother.
This has scarred Dana. This has really scarred him. You guys need to go to therapy to work this out.
So I have an honest question for you. Which scarred you more, being abandoned at Hearts of Park or not being invited to Solo?
I mean, there's one and the same, aren't they? It's just it's like a cycle. It's like a cycle with you two. I mean, seriously, just let's pump Dana up and then just leave him behind.
It's funny you
Dana,
said that.
Hey, Dana, do you want to go to Hearts of Park? We'll have so much fun. Oh, by the way, we're gonna leave you there. Hey, Dana, you're a great brother. We love you so
Wait,
much.
I
Oh, by
didn't
the way,
leave you
we're not gonna bring you to Solo. We're gonna secretly
I-
plan this little date behind your back and not invite
I
you.
did not leave you at Hearts of Park. Do not we this into Hearts of Park. I was not there.
You did make secret plans with our big brother to leave me out of a movie.
Oh my god!
But
It
you
was
know
not
full well I'm a
secret.
Star Wars fan and would
Okay.
like to go see.
In the interest
And
of
I'll be honest with
integrity-
you, it did traumatize me a little bit because every time I've watched Solo, little tears fall, little tears formed my eyes, going right down my cheek, little baby cheek.
In the interest of integrity, Michelle did say to me at Solo, she said, hey, Dave, do you remember when you scarred Dana for life by abandoning him at Hearts of Park? And I said, yes. And she said, let's do it again. Let's not invite him to Solo. And that's how it went down.
I don't even
Scouts
think I knew
honor.
that story at the time. Scouts honor my butt.
Totally.
This is why DraftKings is going to reach out to you guys because you will lie for them and tell them that gambling is awesome.
We do not lie. We redefine the truth.
You should have been a
Gambling
politician.
is awesome as long as you do it responsibly. On a legally registered site in the United States.
We're off the rails.
All right, guys.
Okay.
I think the AI needs to come up with a new way to categorize and describe us as far as
I think it's pretty accurate.
oh, I'm the stable anchor. I've got my brother saying that that I scarred him for life by abandoning him at Hearts of Park. I got my sister accusing both of us of being sellouts for a gambling company that we haven't even gotten a sponsorship for yet.
Oh, right. Yeah, because we're manifesting that.
The Suburb Podcast is a lively, comedic, and often unfiltered show centered around funny arguments, cultural hot takes, and relatable dynamics, family dynamics, making you feel like you're hanging out with your friends who just happen to be family. The
Is
vibe
this
is
meta
conversational.
AI?
The conversation is it's conversational, spontaneous, and full of playful back and forth. Recurring themes revolve around relationship dynamics, pop culture and social media, comedy and relatability, occasional deep dives, life lessons, personal growth, and family topics. The tone of the show is a mix between barbershop debate and a family living room, with plenty of jokes, disagreements, and real talk.
Real talk.
Real talk.
Some recent episodes have tackled topics like super hot takes, relationship edition. We can't let this slide. A Halloween spooktacular in his gambling ruining sports. The show's signature energy, part rivalry, part partnership, is what makes it stand out from other podcasts on pop culture or relationship family podcasts. Would you like me to write an official? Okay, that's just the rest. Would you like me to write an official description for your YouTube page? Thanks, ChatGPT.
That's funny.
Hawaii and I ask Chat GPT all the time, like, how can I be rich without working, without hard work?
What does it say?
You just manifest it. How many times do I have to tell you? You just manifest it hard enough, it will happen. How do you think Tom Brady became the greatest quarterback of all time? He fucking manifested it. How do you think you win those bets on DraftKings Sportsbook? You manifest them.
When are we coming back? have we decided?
We will return apparently Thanksgiving Eve, Wednesday night, November
And that's
26th.
Michelle's got to figure out what we're going to talk about.
Well, I think it should be themed around Thanksgiving. So I will find some Thanksgiving questions or
Do we really
stories.
have to talk about what we're thankful for?
Well, no, but I
already
just-
talked about- like I can show compassion and humanity and actual gratitude, but I already did that once tonight, which was my one time for the year. So I don't know that I could have anything left for Thanksgiving.
I just meant like I could probably find some like Thanksgiving stories on Reddit or some Thanksgiving like fun questions we can do. I'll find
Like-
something.
Like family conflict on Thanksgivings.
Sure, we can. You want to do that?
Like, you know, am I the a-hole Thanksgiving edition?
Haven't we already done that really though with the very first episode of this
That's
show?
what I said. We could revisit our very first episode with.
Well,
that
I will be
turkey
working.
one.
Oh, you know
I
what we
will
could
be
do?
reaching out to my contacts at DraftKings to see if they will throw a sponsorship deal.
We could react to our very first episode.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah. Let's do
Sure,
that.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah. And then you know what we should do? We could talk about this off air. I have an idea.
Okay, everybody. Michelle's got an idea, so we're going to sign off real quick so that she can give us our idea because I can't hold my breath. So, thank you for joining us all. We'll see you in about 3 weeks on November 26th, I think
I
said,
think
the
it's
Wednesday.
only like 2 weeks. It's not next week, it's the week after, right?
16 days.
The 26th.
19 days. It's almost 3
Oh,
weeks.
okay. Oh, okay.
We'll see you the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, all the business. DraftKings, we
All
love
the
you.
business.
Please reach out. Big payday. We love you. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.